Gus. There's the 15th tee off. New little shop on Water Street on the Chatham side. Well, welcome, folks. Still with that Melanie Ross and Friends compilation album from Our River. We're going to be looking at a song from, it's called The Closest Place to Heaven by Eric McKenzie. I already apologize, Eric, for any bumpiness with the camera, for any glares going on, any wind. I got the windows rolled up, so that shouldn't be the case.
I grew up near the river of Miramichi, so blue. We've seen so many sunsets from both our point of view. I looked upon it from a hillside and see this valley wide and green. You're the closest place to heaven that I've seen. You're the closest place to heaven I can see. There's no other place I'd rather be. To watch the changing of the tides on moonlight summer skies. You're the closest place to heaven that I've seen. I have to say I was tempted to live in some places I've seen, but no other hill just fell on me like the Miramichi so green. It's not only just the beauty that makes up the Miramichi, it's the people, friends, and all its history. You're the closest place to heaven I can see. There's no other place I'd rather be. To watch the changing of the tides on moonlight summer skies. You're the closest place to heaven that I've seen. Our folk songs tell stories, some serious, some true. From boom-dry spikes in the bluebird and hard work we used to do. We'll keep singing about our history and the place we really love. The Miramichi is what I'm speaking of. You're the closest place to heaven I can see. There's no other place I'd rather be. To watch the changing of the tides on moonlight summer skies. You're the closest place to heaven that I've seen.
Okay, we're either going to start off with Geese or L, or we're going to do this funny thing here.
Hey, Josh Como, if you're watching this tonight, Roger wants you to call him because he's trying to figure out his trailer hitch. You put that light in over Christmas, and he can't remember the directions you gave him.
I have a vague idea.
What are we on?
It looks like
Is this 38 or 39?
I think it's 38.
Okay, so we're on 38. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Mirami-histor-chi, episode 38. Nephew, my name's Jamie. Uncle, his name is Roger. We have been having fun in Roger's basement. The local historian has been collecting all kinds of things, mostly newspaper clippings and mostly from the Miramichi Leader / Miramichi Press for 50-something years. And we're just doing a fun project. We're unpacking it. There's nothing more or less to it. We just thought it would be a good idea to share some of the clippings, reach back into the recent past, and just show how times are so different. We're in a time in history right now where it's like hyper novelty. Things seem to be moving too fast. It's hard for people to keep up. Just today, like my mother, not growing up on computers, trying to figure something out online, fill out forms, send it here. There seems to be a gap in many, many things. So Raj and I are taking a step backwards. We're relaxing down here. We're having fun. It's therapeutic. It's community building. We're trying to keep it positive. And I am getting lots of positive comments. I'm sure there's lots of eye rolling too, and that is fine. People have the right to do that, but we're just trying to have some fun, Raj. So we're on 1993. Sorry, Raj.
Yep. Okay, we're going to start off with a clipping here.
Yeah.
Now, this is the clipping. The guy, he's showing a dollar bill.
Yeah.
But now...
Who is it?
This
This is 1993 part 2, by the way. Okay.
Yeah, now this is a photocopy of that, so I don't know which one's the best one to show.
Okay.
So you put that up there again.
It's Paul George, curator for the Children's Museum in Hull, Quebec, holds a $1 bill in front of the tugboat that is depicted on the back of a now discontinued note. Note being money. And Roger has that discontinued note? Okay, there it is.
You see that boat there in the river?
That's it.
That is on the dollar bill.
Oh, right on. It's Canada's most famous tugboat. So Roger was able, and let me see that for a sec. So for the one person out there that was scrolling TikTok all day long and just looked up at this very time for 2 seconds. Yeah, this is what a $1 used to look like in Canada. And when did the loonie come in the 90s or was it the 80s? And that's what it was. We used to have our dollar bill.
Okay.
So that is Canada's most famous tugboat. It's nothing to do with the Miramichi. It's just that Roger saw this picture in a newspaper and then had the dollar bill to go along with it. It's a 14-meter Mirami. The tugboat shown pulling logs below the Parliament buildings on the back of the $1 bill between 73 and 87. And it went on permanent display at the Canadian Museum of Civilization in Hull, Quebec on Saturday. Right on. And another thing I said the other day, I saw Fox the other day as I was driving out to Rogersville to grab some pizza, and I think I said Fox is not it's not a dog, and I said it's not a canine, but it is a member, and then I forget how, I don't know how it goes, but Canidae. And that's the only relation that a dog has with a fox, and then they split from there. So foxes are not dogs. It was quite beautiful, though, I must say.
Well, actually, up around town, I see this foxy walking around, but only has 2 legs. So up in town of Chatham, there is a foxy that's out for a walk almost every day.
Yeah, and she's out walking with my mother right now. So that's a shout out to Foxy, everybody.
Lorraine Moore.
Yep.
Okay, I got a few $1 bills U.S. So I'm going to get Jamie to show you each one. There's only 5 or 6 there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you the year. Okay, that's 1999.
That's 1999.
Okay, lay that down.
Yeah.
And this one here is 2000. Oh, so small. 2001.
2001.
Now you got to look at that face real close now.
Okay.
Now this one here is 2003.
2003.
And we got 2 left here. This one here is 2006.
2006.
And the very last one is 2009. So that face real close.
2009.
Now the thing I found really curious to me was that's 10 years, and that George Washington had never changed a bit in 10 years.
So there. Well, the only thing that's better than a father joke is an uncle joke, right there, folks.
So we have another dollar bill to show you.
The Mickey Mouse Disney dollars. There it is, folks. A Disney dollar. This is Roger Como was over here last night getting this whole display ready.
I think the year is on it.
The year is on it. What was it? 1987?
I think it's on there.
19, yeah.
Yeah, 1987. We were there in 87 and 93.
Oh, right on.
So that Disney dollar bill came home with us.
A Disney dollar bill. Never been to Disneyland. I was one of those kids that didn't have the interest to go in the Disneyland. Yeah. Right.
And,
well, right on.
And the last thing on this little episode is the A&R Logie coins that they paid their workers with.
Right. Well, so A&R Logie,
these are their...
This is their... Are these the Logies that had this Chatham operation or the Logieville operation? Or is it all the same?
Logieville was the headquarters here.
Logieville was the headquarters, like the Logie family?
These coin here had Inkerman on it there.
Oh, yeah? I don't know how well these are going to translate over to the screen here.
Yeah, well, it's okay. It's just...
General merchants, this is what they paid. This is what Miramichi business, the A&R Logie, that's
the smallest one there.
This is what they were paying their employees with back in the day. What, is there any years on these?
1 cent.
Yeah, a 1 cent, a 5 cent, a 10 cent, a 25 cent, a 50 cent, and a $1. And it does not have years. So this was their own coinage that they were paying with?
See, A&R Logie. Right on the back of the coin, you see A&R Logie. It says Inkerman.
Oh, yeah?
That's a community down past Nagelwhack there.
Yeah, right on.
And I did all my best to, I even asked Jack Esty and everybody around, because there was a coin collector in Moncton asked me, he says, is there any Logieville coins?
Oh.
And I could not find anything with Logieville on it.
Oh, right on, Raj. Really cool.
Yeah.
So some old coins, probably over 100 and something years ago, from the big A&R Logie company that had several stores in the Miramichi area, out in Rishabukto. The Logie house that's up in Chatham right now.
Oh, that's a different.
That's a different Logie, right?
W.S. Logie.
W.S. Logie. Yeah, so Logieville, where we live, these were the big entrepreneurs that came in early, and they were the ones that were living in the big house.
Andrew, Frank, and Robert. A&R is Andrew and Robert, and Frank was up in Dalhousie.
Oh, right on.
So they were running the business of all those places there.
Right on.
Okay, now we'll get back to our...
Well, thanks, Raj. Thanks for the sharing. And,
see the coin cabinets?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the coin cabinets in Moncton.
He said
so,
if you could find some Logieville coins, we can do some good trading.
Okay, right on.
Never happened.
Never happened.
Okay.
So we're on 1993.
Yep.
We are at part 2, Raj. So what do we got going on here today?
Okay, we're going to start off with this doctor.
Okay. Dr. Agui Sorel. Anybody that had an animal back in the day would know this guy. Pumping medication into a cow. Spring, a busy time for livestock vet. It's not the most pleasant of photos. There's nothing like getting a big tube stuck up your nose. Look at the eye on that cow. But there's Dr. Guy Sorel, local veterinarian for many years. In the spring, he says, this spring there are lots of problems with mares. It has 4 legs and lives on a farm. Sorel will tend to it. This is a story by Kathy Carnahan, and just showcasing the local veterinarian, Guy Sorel. Right on, Roger. Here we are rolling. You caught me off guard with those dollar bills. I wasn't. Right on, Raj. Thanks for sharing.
We're going to mention this guy shortly again.
Okay.
And
Okay, folks, here he is. Raj and I stopped off at this gentleman's daughter's house where he is now staying. In Bushville. Theodore Williston talks to young Miramichi rural students. That was the name of the school. This is 1993. Master fisherman shares wisdom of the sea. And there he is right there. That's when he's in his 60s. Raj and I got to see him last month. He's 94. He was 27 years old during the Escuminac disaster in 1959. It was in June 1959 where 22 fishing boats sunk, never came back, and 35 men died. He was one of the youngest captains to bring his ship back, or his boat back.
I got a couple of little lines there you might want to read.
And there's a couple of little lines that Raj has underlined. He was up here all night getting ready for us. When Lee Walsh was looking for a person with fishing experience, she didn't have to look too far. Of course not. Theodore Williston is one of the tools she is using in her classroom. He's such a great guy. He's a really intelligent man. Williston was born in 1931 and has been fishing since he was 4. He studied and became a master fisherman in 1973. And when I was talking to him, I was asking him what kind of advice he has for young people. And the thing he kept going back to was, no matter what you're doing, you got to make sure that you like it. So I know for anybody that's out there that has children, or if you are a student and you're having to move on to university and stuff, it's not very easy to choose what you're wanting to do sometimes. And you don't want to force that. You got to let things happen naturally. But he's saying, follow your instincts, do what you love, and your life will be better for it.
Well, here's a young lad that started a business 15 years ago, like
right on.
93, 83, to be 78,
Yeah.
77.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Ray's Trailer and Sports celebrates 15 years. This in 1978 they opened. Here he is, folks. There is on the telephone. They told him before they took the picture, just here, stand there and look straight ahead, pick up the phone and make it look like you're doing a business deal. And what does it say? Manager and owner Ray Trevors stands behind the trophy and plaque awarded to Ray's Trailer and Sports Center in Nordine, and they received the Circle of Excellence Customer Satisfaction Award from Fleetwood Trailers. Yeah, so it's still over there. It's their family business has various aspects to it now. I know one of their sons, Wade, is involved, and what's Wade's brother's name? Reese, I think it is. And they do very well, and good business people. And Wade was a member of the Rivermen when he played midget AAA hockey.
Oh, this is a rare find.
Oh, right on.
And he got caught in a fox trap
snare. My goodness, eh? A lynx, a rare local find. A rare lynx has been found on the Miramichi. It's the first time in about 30 years. Look at that. Well, I'll tell you what. It got caught in a trap. Look how beautiful that animal looks right there. The ears on it. You can't mistake it if you see it in the wild. And one of Roger's first cousins, Percy, he actually happens to be my godfather. Percy actually came home with, oh, that was a bobcat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a lynx, sorry. Never mind. There he is, folks, right there. Really, really cool.
They didn't divulge the trapper. He didn't want to be recognized.
No, of course
the snare wasn't there to trap bobcat. It was like fox,
for a fox. Hey, listen, where's that Trojan jacket you got? Is that still up there?
Trojan.
The softball jacket you had out today.
Oh, yeah.
We got to yank that out and show that. That's beautiful.
Okay, now this is the guys that build boats there.
Oh, yeah.
And I just got a few things underlined.
Okay.
Read the chapter. That's on
Okay,
there.
this is from December the 13th, 1993. The Miramichi was getting ready for another Christmas holiday season, and no longer alone. Others agree with link between chemical and MCS. Chemical sensitivity. Yeah, so they're talking about some chemicals in their boat building. Okay, so here is some boat builders right here. Look at that group of fine gentlemen. And who are they? They are Phil Guimond with 4 other boat builders affected. So something was going on with some chemical. How do you say this? Tim Durrell, Greg Durrell, Ade Martin, and Ted Manuel. And Guimond suffers from fatigue, blurred vision, scalp tension, sore teeth, facial pain, poor concentration, and memory loss. And doctors in Montreal and Dallas, Texas diagnosed him as having brain damage and multiple chemical sensitivity caused by overexposure to chemicals in the workplace. So holy crap.
So that's 93.
Yeah.
Between then and now.
Yeah.
Maybe things got better.
Maybe
or
things
whatever.
got better. But I know, Raj, I do a lot of woodworking and I do a lot of sanding on beach logs, as you know, and stuff like that. I always wear the top mask. I always wear eye protection and ear protection. You know, no preaching or anything like that, but just saying it's kind of an obvious.
This is it's a big fire across from the Civic Center, the rink.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
It's to do with a gas station.
Oh,
The
yeah. Oh,
pictures
wow.
Pictures are inside.
Oh, well. You see how how quickly he cut me off there? You know why? Because he's old school. Raj does wear protection, but he grew up in an era where they're just like using a skill saw, squinting the eyes, no ear protection. Okay, so what was going on here? This looks like another chemical. That looks like Allison Jones.
Yeah.
Fire guts firm. Garage burns in downtown Newcastle. Man driving by tries to call 911 for help. Firemen fought blaze in late afternoon while trying to protect apartment behind it. Where was this?
Okay, it's all inside. It's
Okay.
Right across from the Civic Center.
Oh yeah, right across from the Civic Center.
It's a garage.
Oh wow, look at that plume of smoke. I graduated with that girl right there. I think that's Allison Jones, daughter of Helen. Oh wow. Up in flames. Fire claims service station in downtown Newcastle. Keith's Ultramar on the King George Highway in Newcastle. The garage was directly across from the Newcastle Recreation Center. Yeah, show her up. Yeah, okay. So there's some photos of that going up. And there's a lot of fires on the Miramichi, I've noticed from reading these papers. Maybe all communities have a lot. It just seems like we have
a bigger one.
we have more than our share. And look at this. This is
We have a
another
bigger one after.
another big photo of the fire. Ladies and gentlemen, Roger Como likes his horses. He likes his covered bridges. He likes agricultural shows. He likes tall ships, and he likes fires.
Okay,
Well,
here's what it is. The name
yeah,
of,
I said that.
Oh, you did. Oh,
Keith's Ultramar on the King
Yeah.
George Highway. Wow, Raj,
Okay.
didn't know that.
Okay, a little bit of stuff on the lads that wrote books.
Oh, yeah?
I just underlined
Okay.
some of them there.
Oh, right on. We've mentioned here's a group of some local authors from the Miramichi. Local authors have several fine holiday offerings. The gift of reading. We got David Adams Richards, Willie Farah, and Wayne Curtis. They've all done their share of writing about the Miramichi, on the Miramichi, for the Miramichi. Some recent releases by Miramichi authors include Wayne Curtis's One Indian Summer, David Adams Richards, For Those Who Hunt the Wounded Down. We just spoke about that last night. Raymond Fraser's McBride Poems. Rick McLean's Terror's End. Right on. The Fighting Fisherman, Ray Fraser wrote the story of Bay St. Anne boxer Yvonne Durrell. Rick McLean wrote a book called Terror, and it's chronicling the experience from the Alan Legier time in '89. They spelled Alan wrong here. So right on, Raj. Wayne Curtis's Currents in the Stream. He writes a lot about the river and fishing. He's a fisherman. And David Adams Richards, The Coming of Winter, The Road to the Stilt House, Lives of Short Duration, Nights Below Station Street. I read all of those. Evening Snow Will Bring Such Peace. Read that. Dancers at Night did not. And right on, Raj. Thanks for sharing. And Willie Farah.
And many more other people.
And there's other people in there. We just stuck with it. He had a bunch of things underlined. He was underlining all night with his little red pen.
Okay, this Frankie Willison's young lad.
Oh, yeah.
Got this place here on going.
Okay, right on. Preparing for the opening. Here's Colin Williston right here, folks. And what is he doing? That's Frankie Willison's young lad, Colin Williston. I was driving by there as a kid all the time. They had the indoor pool back in their house. I just thought that was amazing. I said amazing again. Colin Williston, co-owner of the newly built Edgewater Place, goes over some paperwork. Edgewood Place will be holding their grand opening on Monday afternoon starting. It is, what is it? Invited to the ceremonies. So the mayor was invited, Frank McKenna was invited, the premier. What is Edgewater Place? They have Edgewood and Edgewater.
It's their offices.
Okay.
On the work that they do. It's
Okay.
Just a little bit there.
Okay.
And that's the building.
Retail store and 2 offices. The building has 2 entrances.
You recommend
Oh, yeah.
that building along?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's quiet, you know. It's just.
Yeah. Enterprise is correlating to the grand opening. Okay, right on. Well, that shows you how much we knew about what was going on in there.
Now here's some.
Are we sharp tonight? I don't feel like I'm sharp tonight. I gotta get myself on the.
Oh yeah, we're right on track. We started off with George Washington. Never changed his looks.
George
10
Washington.
years.
Like, this man sat up all night trying to think of that joke, folks. And you know who's gonna laugh at it? Foxy's gonna laugh at it. See, Foxy. Anybody doesn't know Foxy? She called me up today and she said, "Jamie, I really think you guys are doing a great job." So everybody that knows Foxy loves her because she's one of the most authentic human beings on the Miramichi. Okay, what do we got here? Exciting news from Hickey's Drugstore, folks. What was going on at Hickey's Drugstore in 1993, February the 24th? Well, we have some employees getting ready in their picture. I know one lady back there, that's for sure. She's the mother of 2 of Miramichi's great athletes. So we have Susan Buckley, Elaine Sustainus, Andrea Connell, Emily Piercy, David Piercy, and ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful and beautiful Betty Beatrice Godfrey, mother of Troy and David, and their sister, oh my God, I think it's Kim. And I hope I got that right. So right on, thank you, Roger. Oh, here we got some stuff on the back here. This is 1993 royalty for the James M. Hill Winter Carnival was crowned Thursday night in Chatham. And 1992's first princess, Cara Stymus, prepares to crown the queen, Nikki Walsh, folks. There's Nikki Walsh being crowned by Cara Stymus in the 1993 James M. Hill royalty. And then this photo, we had Mr. Nice Guy, Brian Harriman, Miss Congeniality, Patty Burchill, First Prince, Kip Clancy, First Princess, Carla Bremner, while in the front are King, Jeff Stymus, and Queen, Nikki Walsh. Well, there it is, folks. Jeff Stymus was the 1993 King. We just spoke about Nikki. Jeff Stymus is the son of Linda and Linda Irving. And Bobby Stymus, and we called him Zim, and he was a great guy. He was a great athlete. He plays music and all that stuff, and he's a great family man. And he has him and his wife have a little summer home right across the street from Raj, and that's a pitching wedge. Not even. That's a sand wedge. That's a sand wedge from here.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, right in the backyard.
Yeah, right in the backyard.
So Foxy's been trying to get some input onto this program.
Yeah, Foxy was trying to get in here. We're talking Foxy tonight.
Yeah, and she did it with postcards.
Yep.
And what's on the postcards?
Well, she was just down visiting my mom the other night, and she dropped off a couple of postcards for Raj.
Okay, so this is really good. This one here, because that's where I went to school.
This is St. Thomas University.
Not in that building, but through that business.
That's St. Thomas University, which used to be located right here in the Miramichi on the Chatham side, up by the community college, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep, up by the community college.
Yeah, and they had the handball courts in behind there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Playing
a
some
little
handball.
gymnasium there where we used to throw the basketball around.
Right on.
And this here, St. Michael's, is still another
Postcard. And those
Yes.
are from like what, 60s or 50s or something like that?
Oh, gosh,
So St.
that's-
Michael's Academy. This is the elementary
that's-
school.
that's
Now
still-
it's being used for NBCC.
Yeah.
And there's a postcard from St. Michael's. And that old building there, you know what, Raj? I have never been inside that school, that
Oh.
building.
Oh,
I might just do that.
no, I think I did some step dancing downstairs in that basement there.
Oh,
They had
yeah?
a Little,
From your sanatoria club. Why don't we just yank this jacket over? I came over this morning to check in on Raj. Yeah.
Camping Grounds of America.
I came over today to check on Raj to see where he was at, and he had this jacket out, folks, this coat. It was chilly out. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
What conversation do you think was had the most on the Miramichi today? I could almost guarantee you it had to do with the wind and the cold. Because everybody that I ran into, that's all that was spoken about. So Roger, when he was playing senior ball here in Logieville, took his time to coach a junior team. And that is busy on that front chest, I must say. But look at how beautiful the coloring is on these jackets. Little trim work right there. I love that. So Roger was the coach. I like that logoing right there. That's pretty cool. This is from 74. Roger, coach. That's a proud moment. So this is the 1974 Miramichi Valley Campgrounds of America League. They were the champs. And what does it say right here? Logieville, KOA, 74, New Brunswick, PEI, Intermediate,
Yep.
D champs. So Roger Como was the coach. Look how cool that jacket is. It's really wonderful.
These kids were pretty young.
Yeah, so, Raj was coaching. They have some good players on the team, and I think they did go out to a national championship in Saskatchewan, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, well, they were building a new bridge up in Nelson, Newcastle.
Yeah.
Around there. We had mishap.
What is the name of that again? Isn't it named after somebody?
Well, it's just called the Miramichi.
The Miramichi Bridge, but I thought it was named Tom Clant. Is it like,
Well,
no?
I really don't-
Okay, that's how good we are, folks. That's how much we know our city. We don't even know the name of that new bridge.
So we got 4 or 5 little shots here. Of this
Okay.
here.
Bridge mishap. Oh, kills 2.
Yeah.
Second accident in a year. 4 involved in tragedy. 2 men fell through ice at the construction site for the new bridge in Nelson yesterday and are presumed drowned. The names are not released. So that was from 1993. That's a sad story, right? Wow, wasn't expecting that. Band trestle not related to accidents. So this is from the March 5th edition, 1993, Miramichi leader, search for second body resumes. I wonder if they were local boys or if there was somebody coming in to work.
Now we're going to show you a picture of one of them.
Okay, so wow, look at that. They're looking for the second body. Construction on the new bridge. Fallen concrete hinders efforts of RCMP divers. Wow, this would have been disastrous. RCMP continued their search for the bodies of 2 construction workers Friday in Nelson, and it was freezing cold. And oh wow, that's a sad story, folks.
Okay, right here.
Yeah,
Right there where I'm saying law.
yeah.
Right there. And that's
Okay.
him. That's him down there.
Okay. If contract followed, men might be alive. Uh-oh. Men at scene of fatal accident on Thursday. And one of the gentlemen's name was Yvon Brito, and he has been recovered. The divers have yet to find the body of Edmund Bro. So there's a photo of them looking for the second body. And unfortunately, there's a photo of a fallen man that lost his life on the construction of the bridge that connects Nelson area to Newcastle.
We have another colored shot here.
Okay. 2 men drown in collapse of bridge pier. RCMP officers and workers at scene of accident. Well, you know what? It shows what I know. I was in grade 11, right in the Miramichi at this time, and I have no recollection of this story, Raj. Survivor of bridge collapse doesn't know what happened. So what happened? When you're in a construction, there's so many things that can happen in the flash of an eye, and disaster does strike.
Yeah. Anyway, both of these things were being done at the same time.
Right. The new hospital bridge. Okay, so the hospital, it says new hospital and bridge rising on Miramichi. This is 1993, so some big things happening. Unfortunately, 2 gentlemen lost their life on the construction of that bridge.
So we have another mishap at the courthouse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Courthouse damaged. Time for tighter security, it says. This is an article written by Kathy Carnahan, who was a correspondent. This is out of the Moncton newspaper, the Times transcript. This was on what day was it? March 24th, 1994. It was a little cloudy that day with some sun peeking through. And it says, courthouse damage. Newcastle Family Court Counselor Robert Ross, Crown Prosecutor Bill Morrissey, and Sheriff Hal Muck in the photo above examine damage in a court stenographer's office. In the photo at left, debris in the office is seen on the floor. So somebody broke in and did some damage, it looks like. Yeah. So those are 3 gentlemen that we just mentioned, checking out the crime scene at the Miramichi and the stenographer's office. You know what I said a couple of times, Raj? That if I had my own personal stenographer, I could have been a writer.
There you go.
I like to talk it out.
So I don't know who's going to take place of this guy that just vanished.
Oh, anybody? I'm sure a lot of the people that are watching us, Raj, are in your are in your kind of age bracket. Maybe they're the people that might be enjoying a little trip down memory lane here. So everybody's gonna know who this is. Walter Lance in a September 13th, 1990 photo. The unveiling of a Woody Woodpecker star on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood, California. That's when you know you made it, folks, is when you get your on the walk. So anyway, this is 3 years later in also a March 24th edition. Woody Woodpecker animator dies at the age of 93. There he is, folks. He was the animator of the famous cartoon Woody Woodpecker. That's when cartoons were cartoons, folks. Wake up on the Saturday and you see Woody was mischievous. He was doing some stuff there, but I always liked that one. And star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Probably mentioned Noreen here.
We did. New job as principal of college, part of varied career for Lobin. So there's Noreen Lobin. She was the principal of the NBCC. We covered her the other day, and it says she was the first female in the position. I think it was either in New Brunswick or in all of Canada in that position, and she's running the community college. Yeah, she was the first woman to hold the title of a New Brunswick Community College principal. So good on you. She started out in computer science at UMB, and I'll tell you what she gets to do right now? Look out the window and see Blue Jays.
I think it's David Logan's.
Yep. And as I've been home from Vancouver following my father's passing, I've been walking my sister's dog by her home often. And let me tell you, if you want to look at some beautiful Blue Jays up close, that is where you want to be. Okay. Oh, I know these girls, yeah.
Back in the day, we had this lad for a garbage collector.
Oh, yeah.
And he had a really good good business.
Yeah.
But they found it hard to compete with the bigger
Of course.
firms.
Yeah, veteran garbage man Billy Reynolds, folks, up on the Shore Road, and they're bass fishing right out in front of his old place right now, I betcha. The wind dying down. There he is, folks. In 1993, the Miramichi leader, covering all aspects of the community, connecting people. And what does it say? He says, big collectors threaten the small. And of course they do. Reynolds started with a steer and sled, folks. So this was a long time. This was his business. He knew what he was doing. He started with a steer and sled, Raj. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's nice. I like
Yeah,
that.
I like that too.
Okay, you know these kids here. You can go
Yeah.
talk about them.
I was just talking. I was just over at the husband. Well, actually, I was over at my friend's mother. I drove by the other day, Mary Kingston, and her son Mike is married to Erin, one of these girls right here. St. Michael's. This is 93. I was in grade 11, and they were at St. Michael's. St. Michael's presents Alice in Wonderland. Tweedledee and Tweedledum are played by twins Andrea and Aaron Boyle. And look at how adorable they looked right there. Andrea and Aaron were great Miramichi girls for many years. I think Aaron still lives here. Andrea, I don't know exactly where she is, but there they are right there. And who else was in this, Raj? Queen Kelly McLaughlin and Alicia Thompson as Alice. Right on. Roger Como cutting these out and sharing them, because you knew 50 years ago that technology would lead us into this unbelievable realm that we're in right now, and you could just visualize back then that you were going to be presenting all of this information on the internet. So good for you for having that foresight.
Okay, we got headlines here of a multi-sportsman.
Yeah.
He's in the local Wall of Fame here in the Miramichi.
Yeah.
And he captured that.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Radar Matheson's rink captured the 25th annual Miramichi Men's Open Curling Bonspiel held here on the weekend. Right on. Andre Villeneuve directs sweeping of Jim Hondas and Rob McEachran, but Matheson wins it. Matheson and his team consisted of Pat Waldriff, Junior Underhill, Kirk Gallivan. They defeated Andre Villeneuve, Stan Clark, Rod McEachran, and Jim Hondas 7-6 in an extra end. And there's some action from that, Raj. And then there's a photo just below it. Every sports fan knows who this face is going to be right here. There he is, folks. John Can, Hatchet they called him, first base, left-handed hitting.
Yeah, there might be something right here.
Okay, we'll get to that. I'll take a look. Okay. Yeah. It says Newcastle's John Can leads his NBI team in hits. He was playing at Canada's National Baseball Institute in Vancouver. He was a defenseman in hockey, a big left-handed hitting home run hitter in baseball. I remember one of the big things that he did when he was out there was he hit a home run at the King Dome in Seattle as part of this operation. Yeah. And I think he was one of only 2 people to have done it. Yeah. And anybody that was watching the Nationals, I forget what year it was it 94, was it 93, the first year that the Ironmen won it, 95 maybe it was. Anyway, I was there watching that one, Raj, when I forget what game it was. I don't think it was the final, but it might have been, or the semi. And he stood up for Chatham, and he hit a freaking bomb over, like, right center, kind of, and it was one of the farthest home runs I've ever seen at Ironman Park.
Well, and they found it in Hamilton. They landed in the back of a truck.
They found it in Kenny Quinn's backyard, folks. So Kenny Quinn couldn't believe it. He thought some local dog dropped it in his yard over in Riverside Drive. Okay, so yeah, they found it in Hamilton. A truck was driving by. It landed in the back of the truck, and it just, yeah. Okay, so what is this? Oh, the grand opening of Trans Palace.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
We'll pass on that. But, I mean, no, we said it. Why not show it? So, restaurant, Chinese food, over in Newcastle. This was their grand opening in 1993. There they are, folks, getting ready. Everybody loves their sweet and sour chicken. It was Peter Murphy was the mayor. Edmund Tran was the owner. Premier Frank McKenna was there. Winnie Tran and John McKay. So right on, Roger.
Okay, this is something that never really finished.
Okay.
But it should show some of the action that they were doing some filming.
Okay.
It's based on
movie. Oh, so we're still talking about this movie, folks. We mentioned that there was going to be a movie being made. Then there was a second article last night, 11 o'clock. I had 2 glasses of gin last night, Roger, and I kind of woke up hard today. It was, Anyway, and then the second article said maybe they're not going to do the movie. Now we're back to lights, action, cut. For now. So the movie started. What was going on with this movie? Movie based on book by Richards put on hold for a year. Seen during shooting of movie in Newcastle. So there they are, folks, shooting in Newcastle. There's the Irving right there. Somebody was going in that door, the Irving, to get one of those little hot dogs on the rollers in there. The CBC film crew shooting some scenes for Small Gifts in Newcastle last March, and Nancy Smith works on a scene with actress Jessica Steen. Okay, so there's actress Jessica Steen. Which one is she? I don't know. And then there's some filming from a CBC crew on the David Adams Richards movie that we still don't know if it got made.
Okay, we got a local here that built his own aircraft.
Oh my goodness. Look at what is going on. Mirami-histor-chi, very capable people, Raj. We've been showing it now for episode, this is 38 or 9? This is 38, I think. We've been showing it for 38 episodes. Jerry McLean sitting in his ultra-light Mini-Max. Up in the air, up in the air, up in the air. Okay, so Jerry McLean at work. Military sparks McLean's plane interest. Fly-in license needed in Canada. It's the type of airplane that will last a lifetime if treated properly. So, he's fulfilling a dream, and that dream is to build his own airplane. When he and his wife Lois were raising their 7 children, there wasn't too much money to pursue the idea, but now his dream is becoming reality. At 55, he's just about finished his ultralight Mini-Max. He has just one regret. I'm sorry now I didn't build a 2-seater, he said in an interview at his Chatham shop. And after he said he was sorry he didn't build a 2-seater, he winked when his wife wasn't looking. He wanted to be up there solo. I'm just joking. I'm joking. What?
The other seat was for the dog.
Oh, the dog. Right, sorry. We're going to get in trouble, Raj. We're kind of going old school jokes here. People don't like old school jokes anymore. Everybody's afraid of a little laugh. So right on, Jerry, making an airplane. Mirami-histor-chi's how capable we are. McLean prepares for his maiden flight. This is January the 20th, 1993, and Roger was not joking, folks. See? You guys can't cancel us. Roger wasn't joking. He does have his dog up there. McLean prepares for maiden flight, ultra-light, capable of 100 miles an hour, and it requires he's worked on it for 300 hours. So holy old crap. Jerry McLean, his dog's name was Frisky, and he's aboard his homemade aircraft. Here it is, Jerry McLean and Frisky, folks, right there. And it's really cool to hear people doing things on their own.
Okay, so you have to hide this name here.
Yeah.
Right, and you gotta ask the public if they know who this person is.
Okay, yeah, I will. I won't show it.
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Roger Como just saw this, and everybody on the Miramichi is going to know who this
not everybody is going to know.
Not everybody's going to know who this fine gentleman is right here. They
only got 10 seconds.
You got 10 seconds. I don't think most of you are going to need it. Ladies and gentlemen, who is this right here, peeking up over that? And the caption reads, "This gentleman is one of the stars in The Blues, a play to be presented by the James M. Hill Drama Club on December 16th at 7 p.m. It's part of the group's special dessert theater. Admission is $6 and a donation to the food bank. Tickets are available from drama members and Walco in Chatham and Newcastle. And of course, that's Paddy Quinn, folks, right there. And when John Cann hit that home run at the Nationals, it landed in his backyard. That's how far it was hit. I saw Paddy not long ago, as everybody does. He's around.
Okay, we got a full page here.
Yeah. You're invited to the grand opening of Roger Cummo's new basement. This was from 1993. Now it says, to the grand opening of the Ritchie Wharf in Newcastle, Saturday, June 19th, and it says rain date is the day after, June 20th. So look at this. This is our beautiful area over there in Newcastle. The Ritchie Wharf opened up in 1993. The schedule of events is right there. And there are some photos and a great job by the local newspaper covering this. And I think this needs some reading, Raj. What do we got here? We got, oh, there's no captions. But the schedule of events, let's get right in at 12 noon here. There was complimentary canoe rides. Hay rides by Raymond Dixon. The Butler family in the amphitheater was at 1:30 to 2. Ooh, the Miss Miramichi boat cruises at 2 o'clock. Buskers on the boardwalk. And the Blackthorn, the cruisers in the amphitheater closed out the show. They were the headliners, 6 to 9 o'clock, Raj. Right on.
I wonder if they're going to have the mask untied there.
The full day of events planned for grand opening. The masts mark the spot. Large turnout expected for opening. Dorothy Malone was in charge of that. Ritchie Wharf Boardwalk, a popular spot for strollers, landmark lighthouse and masts. The beautiful Ritchie Wharf over there, folks. It's a great view of the river. It's a really nice little park. And, you know, I haven't been in a long time. I haven't been around.
I think we can name these.
Okay.
There's only a few there.
Oh, sure.
I crossed over double.
The Miramichi Senior Citizens Homes. That's still open.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I think they moved over, right?
No one, yeah.
I moved, I drove by that today and I thought about it, Raj. So it's funny that you have this. This is from 1993. Miramichi Senior Citizens Home, celebrating their 25th anniversary in 93. It is very important to have special spaces for our seniors, folks. And it's a very important profession. And these people right here, I think I recognize somebody, are responsible for that. I can't really see where I'm at now. These people right here deserve a lot of credit for the work that they do. And who are they? Well, we have Julie Dupre, Bart Hanna, Karen Dixon, Brenda McGrath, Lorraine Gammon, Patty McDonald, Teresa Henderson, Donna Watling. Is that our Donna here in Logieville?
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Oh, yeah. I was speaking to Donna the other day.
Back there.
Yeah, right here. Rose Hay, Ian Hosford, Macrina Jardine, Sylvia McAllister, Kelly McDonald, Jackie Stewart, Shirley McDonald, Kevin Young, Jean Doyle, and Rochelle Dupre and Gwen Kelly.
They were missing, eh?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
And there she is, folks. None other than Donna Watling, where my finger is right there. Donna lives... Okay, where does she live? Okay, if Roger walked out of his doorstep and teed off and really got one hard, okay, so he might. So it would be 2 drives and then a 7-iron to get to Donna Watling's house from here. And she's a great lady, and she is one of the best people to run into for a conversation.
Yep. Okay, a little bit of people that like to shoot their guns.
Okay, bagging a big bucks. Well, Roger showed us that he didn't bag his bucks at the first of this. He put them in envelopes and make sure that they're in pristine condition. But these big bucks right here, Mike Guinness and Stephen Allen win the prize rifle. And so Mike Guinness claims top spot in contest. It was the Eel Ground, the 7th annual Big Buck Night, and Wayne Hamilton's on the bottom. He came in second. So there they are, folks. There was a big buck contest. I know there's going to be certain people out here that don't like this stuff, but hey, we're on the Miramichi. This is part of our heritage and part of our culture, and most hunters that you do talk to are very down-to-earth people. They do it for the right reasons, and it's the healthiest kind of food you can eat. And speaking of big buck contests, you remember Roy Oswald? The pitcher, for Houston. Well, yeah, so he was from a place, I forget where he was. It was kind of like Georgia or something like that. And his father had to build their baseball field because they had 9 players, and he was like a star player. Anyway, there's some interesting stories about him. But anyway, on his off season, he was able to. He had the money. Yeah. He'd go back to his Georgia farm. He was setting up cameras, and the big buck contest. He knew exactly what the biggest buck was, and he won it every year. So he just had it right scientifically done.
He probably had his property all fenced in, and there was dozens of bucks in there.
Yeah, no, there was something about it, but he did that. But you know what happened to him, eh? He was almost done his career, and his shoulder was bad, and he was in the minors and stuff. And then he was fixing his car one time in the garage, and this great big spark happened. Yeah. And then his hand, and then all of a sudden, that doesn't feel too bad. He went from throwing, 89 or something, up to 95. And anybody that knows baseball knows that he was a force for a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a real nice story.
Oh, yeah.
And it just brings us back to the past there.
Yes, of course.
It's a nice article because Lake Blair LeBritton's house is one of these houses here.
Oh, yeah. Blair LeBritton? Oh, yeah? Where did he grow up?
Well, see, they took the house. The house was off of there down the ice. And Blair's house went right down on the ice, and they pulled it up.
Oh, yeah?
By the ferry wharf.
Oh.
And the other house fell through the ice.
When was this?
Years ago.
Holy! Middle Island once had a government house where the McFarlands lived and 2 quarantine stations. Mona, I'm assuming that was for the leprosy.
Yeah.
Mona Kingston with a picture of her home on Middle Island. Mona Kingston recalls shoving brother out of a boat, hunting for oh my, okay, so this is a lot to unpack here. There's Mona Kingston. She's on Middle Island right there.
Yeah. Show the close up of Middle Island. The houses on it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so that is Middle Island?
Oh yes, that's from the shore. We're looking over at us.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And Blair's was one of those houses?
Yeah, one of those small houses.
Oh
there.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Middle Island. Okay, so those houses there, those are on Middle Island, and that woman. So. And we have a local Logieviller I saw him walking by the other day, Blair, and his house was, Roger said, moved up on the ice and pulled right up to where it is now. And what does he have flying off his flagpole? Boston Bruins flag. And he must have been happy last night. So what was going on here? This was the...
Well, it's just a story about...
Yeah, so she was from Massachusetts. But she was born on Middle Island, and she was the youngest of 14 children. Oh, wow. Nice. Middle Island on the Shore Road near Chatham is now a park and a McFarland family picnic. So, we had some gorgeous times. Right on.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool, Raj. That's an interesting story. Sheldrick Island is where the leprosy, they had a colony for lepers back in the day. There's a little history that's going on right that way, if I point that way. Work starting on Chatham Marina. And again, we don't claim to be experts. We're sitting in a basement reading through his collection.
Oh, damn near.
We're having fun. The only thing that's going to escalate this is if we get Percy Como out here to give his insight. Now that's when we're going to become real historians, right?
You have to delete a lot of the language.
Yeah. Work starting on Chatham Marina. This is 1993, May 12th. Group waiting for Phase 1 funding for $1.39 million marina project. And there is a drawing that was educating the local population as to what was happening. And
The docks.
there's some docks right there. Marina in the works. Station Wharf Marina plans to begin work on the Chatham Marina this summer. The municipally sponsored nonprofit corporation says it will spend $50,000 on Phase 1 of the proposed $1.39 million project, the floating docks on near the Centennial Bridge right there. So there's the bridge, and there are these floating docks. Pontoons ready for launching. Preparations are underway for a new marina in Chatham. Pontoons for the floating docks are now stored on the, what time is it, 55? Shore near Centennial Bridge. So there's some pontoons near the Centennial Bridge right there. Big marina project in 1993. Okay.
Okay. Now, I don't know the kids now. Leon,
yeah.
I don't know them. And
Okay.
this lady, that's Lumina.
Yeah.
Lumina
Is that Mary
Rabishaw,
Jean? No.
and,
Okay. 1993, August 6, Logieville hosts New Brunswick Day Parade. Is that Vicky? And Amanda?
No.
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 Is that Vicky?
No.
Is it Jillian?
Mm.
Okay, so it was the second annual New Brunswick Day Parade. It was held August 2nd in Logieville. And it looks like a success to me, folks. People were out. We don't really know who this young tyke is right there. I can tell you who that is in a second. I thought that was my sister Vicky for a second, but I don't think so. And they're walking by the ball field right now. Some kids, and then Lumina Rabishaw is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Lumina's house is about the same distance, a couple of drivers, maybe a pitch and wedge and a couple of drivers away from Raj. Mother of Frankie, David, Paul, and Linda.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? And on the tall bicycle, which was spoken about tonight at supper, Roger came over and had some pizza. My mother made some pizzas, and Roger, because he was out up here last night looking through all this, mentioned this bicycle of Roger's youngest brother, Leon, the late Leon Como, lost his battle to cancer some years ago, and there he is on a homemade bicycle that is really high.
Okay, we're probably going to close off here with the build-up to Logieville losing his school.
Okay.
I want to start off with Mark Hearn. A little.
Okay, small and under siege. Tightening budgets endanger future of small schools like Logieville as trustees scramble to make do with less money. I see Leonard Murdoch. Logieville Elementary School teacher Margaret Kerr spends some quiet time with the grade ones in the school library. This is from 1993. There she is, folks. Marg Kerr. She was my grade 1 teacher, Roger's children, everybody that went through Logieville. She was wonderful. She came up to me after my father's funeral at the reception and said, "Do you remember me? Do you know what?" And I was like, "I knew it." And then she gave me a big hug, and it was really heartwarming. And who's this again? That's John.
Jeff Farron.
Oh, Jeff.
Yeah, he's a big, strong, heavy-throwing bowler.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I remember him.
He's got some records up there at the bowling alley.
And there's Leonard.
That's Leonard, yeah. Murdoch.
Yeah, all right, I'm a little kid here. Shout out to, there's Leonard Murdoch, and the son of Paula and Dennis.
Okay.
And Leonard.
His grandfather's name, Leonard.
Yeah,
I got
right.
that right up. I found it.
Right.
I have that up there.
But just one second.
Okay.
Okay, Roger and I, we had to get up and stretch. We went for a walk around the block before the sun went down. We had to say hello to some people. We helped a couple of neighbors rake their yards. We put all of the piles. We didn't leave the piles in the yard. We made sure the piles were picked up before we left. Put it in the dumpster.
And the people that didn't put away their garbage cans today, we pull them back in their yard.
All we do at night, you know where we get rid of our stuff? They have a dumpster over here. They bring it to Logieville. It's too full, so we go around on garbage day and we just pour the rest of our stuff right in people's garbage cans. That's how we get rid of it.
I underline a few little things.
Okay. So Logieville Elementary, focus of village, grade 3 students in B. Leslie's class practice double-digit addition while the grade 4s work on some tricky multiplication problems at their desks. Oh my God, this brings back some memories, Raj. This is crazy. So there it is. That is the grade 4 classroom. Her name was Beatrice Leslie. She was absolutely wonderful, a beautiful souled woman, and very, very kind. And she was elegant. Hey, Raj?
Yep.
And there's Margaret Kerr again. So Margaret Kerr was grade 1. Joyce LaBelle was, she's a teaching assistant. Donna Doak had the grade 2s and 3s. I had all of these ladies. And B. Leslie had grade 3 and 4. And then Donnie Ross was the principal. And he taught like grade 5 and 6. And they had the two, like these teachers had the 2 classrooms. There was, well, here's the building right here. That is the Logieville School right there. Tom Scott and his neighbor are now on that property.
Nice houses.
And they're nice houses. And there was 2 floors. And there was 2 classrooms upstairs and 2 classrooms that mirrored that below. And the teachers would walk. It was a really great place to go to school. It was old school, no pun intended. Or yeah, pun intended. And the teacher, B. Leslie, said, this school is the focal point of the community. It used to be the post office, but now that's gone. It's here. And you know what, Raj? It really was a different time. These teachers had a lot of... They had a lot of trust in the community. You guys all trusted these people with us. There was no worrying about being disciplined. Like the teacher knew when you had to be disciplined, it was a different time. They were able to put you in your place. Parents accepted that. We all walked to school. We played in the ditches, made dams, fell in the water, had to go back. Change our clothes. We played ball outside the monkey bars. We played monkey bar tag. People were falling down. Yeah, the odd arm was broken, but it was fun times.
And if you didn't stay in your seat, they used duct tape.
And if you didn't stay in your seat, they taped your legs to it. But we had hot dog day. It was Margaret Kerr, Donna Doak, B. Leslie, Donnie Ross. They all worked together for many years. It was a great experience, and I thank you guys for that experience.
Okay, this is a meeting in Chatham.
And the school did close
Peter
down.
And Joyce,
Oh,
Clara,
yeah.
Peggy,
Oh, yeah.
Junior. There's other ones. Billy Walls' wife, his mother.
Yeah.
Maybe Turtle's wife.
Oh,
Donnie
wow.
Logan, probably.
Oh, wow. Disgruntled parents crowd the James M. Hill Library prior to Monday night's District 16 school board meeting, folks. We have... Is that Freddie O'Brien?
No.
We have some Logievillers that were getting ready for the big meeting, and it was a big, devastating loss to our community. This building was not able to be saved, but we got Peter LaBelle, front row center, and Joyce. They got there about an hour early. They wanted the top 2 seats in the whole meeting. And who else was there? Clara Mott. Peggy Kelly.
And Junior's over here.
And there's Junior right there. There's Junior McDonald. We spoke about him the other day. He was there to support, to try to save that school. But money talks. And it was a tough time for the community. Roger always said it when that school left.
So, to close off our show, we'll end up with this.
So, do we have enough for one more? Yeah.
No, a little bit more. We'll put other stuff with it.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna close her off with so hockey's top star in 1993. So they were calling Mario hockey's top star, and Gretzky still had 6 or 7 more years left in him. So hockey's top star has cancer. Mario Lemieux's career has been part triumph and part tragedy, replete with scoring titles and Stanley Cup championships, but also with repeated medical setbacks. He had I can't find it, but it was Hodgkin's disease. It was diagnosed with enlarged lymph node removed from his neck. What was it called again? He had 5 weeks of radiation treatment for Hodgkin's disease.
Yeah.
And Mario, there he is right there, folks. So
But the bottom line was he did return to hockey.
oh yeah, so here he is right here. Mario got all those radiation treatments. The day of his last treatment, he was on the ice.
Okay.
And it was it could have been in Philadelphia. And, Pittsburgh, Philly have the big rivalry. Anyway, or it was Pittsburgh. But anyway, Mario was awesome. And here's the question to all of you hockey fans. You give me this guy right here. Healthy. Like, I mean, top 100% healthy. And you have a choice to pick who's going to be your centerman in a best-of-7 series. Are you taking this guy first? Well, I'll tell you what. A lot of people out there would say yes to that question. My late father, is one of those people.
So our show ended?
Oh my God. That's it. Roger Como. That's it. We're done. The Miramichi is done with us right now. Anyway, Raj, thanks again for sharing your collection. It's 9/10, and tomorrow's Friday. We got some work to do at Roger. Roger's organizing a group of our church. Well, the church I grew up in. I'm not, I wouldn't say our church, but the church that I grew up in closed years ago. The cemetery where our family members are buried and many other community members are buried.
Years ago, that cemetery was called Brookside Cemetery.
Yeah.
And that big farm across the brook was called Brookside
Yeah,
Farm.
on the
So
east
now
end of Louisville.
Basically St. Andrew's Cemetery now.
It's St. Andrew's Cemetery, but the thing is that since there's no church and the community's kind of gone, it's up to Roger and some other volunteers that organize the groundskeeping. And so Roger's been making some phone calls. We're going to get a crew down there on Saturday. We're going to go volunteer and just get some yard work done and take care of our ancestors' resting places. And that's just one of the things that Roger's doing. He will be, I don't know, are you road running tonight? Are you road running? Are you going to be back here tomorrow? Are we going to do one more tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow we'll tell.
What's your... So that's how we roll it, folks. So thanks for watching once again, and we shall see you guys soon.